Just yesterday, guys, we talked about Sinatra's official return publicly to playing Valorant. Around that same time, it was actually his accuser, that being Cleo, adding on to her first initial accusations against him, of which those investigations are still ongoing. Very importantly so, not taking away anything from those prior accusations, which are certainly, as you guys are well aware, very, very serious. On top of that, just yesterday, it seemed that she alleged that Sinatra, in a 2-minute video going through text messages, had actually made some transphobic comments, to which she also says she cannot prove that he made that statement. Now, I would say even more importantly, she actually clarifies the audio clip and the dealings of that. She also reinforces the fact that Sinatra, if he so chooses, should release that full audio clip of those two having a sexual interaction to Riot Games for their investigation. She also says she filed a police report, amongst some other things, if you guys want to check out that full video, because it was a pretty lengthy document. And she ends it off by bringing back Sinatra's current girlfriend into the discussion, and it seems that these two more so have now this kind of feud ongoing. This will be the last time I talk about these two, unless Sinatra and some evidence against him or something about his investigation is actually included. But out of fairness to M, because I covered Cleo in her full document, I'm going to cover M's as well. And of course, her, given the fact that she is siding with Jay, she is staying with that being Sinatra, and she wanted to respond because her name was certainly dragged a bit by Cleo in her post. So you have Jay or Sinatra. You have his former partner, that being Cleo, who made the first accusations and the updated accusations as of yesterday. And then you have M, his current girlfriend and partner, who is sticking with him and is simply responding to, or so we think. It seems that there's going to be a lot of nuance here and a lot of small back and forth that, again, I will not be covering anymore in the future unless it involves Sinatra. But she also makes it very clear that apparently publicly it was Cleo who stated she had forgiven M, and that everything she had said or done was null and void. They have moved past it. But then she brought her back up in the document yesterday, which does seem a bit weird. But again, the situation is very complicated. There could be things that I do not know. To which Emily follows up with her document, which we'll get back to, saying, "I don't understand how people are saying I am trying to victim shame. She brought up my partner's story. I apologized. She publicly stated that I apologized to turn me into a weapon against Jay, then brought it up again. I just addressed it and stated that I am still with Jay. I've been legit silent through the past month and a half, didn't tweet or anything. I thought we hashed things out in private. She is continually bringing me into it. I had to make a statement. I had 1 hour to form a response," and showing tweets of Cleo forgiving her publicly on Twitter, so it seems, saying her involvement is null and void, despite then posting a document bringing M completely back into the discussion. And I'm not taking a side here, just so you guys know. It will be linked down below. It was in yesterday's video. Go read both of their posts and their statements. Read the initial accusations. It's very clear right now with these two going back and forth. This is not much relevant to the Sinatra investigation, which is the more serious part. It seems that they certainly also have their bickerings back and forth, to which M further responded in her document. As she starts out mentioning how Cleo has painted the entire situation with herself as some sort of saint, and how M knows that she isn't the same person she portrays to be, not because of Jay or what Sinatra has told her, but because of what she says the Overwatch scene has maybe said. And then in response to the TikToks M has made and Cleo called her out for, she says she made TikToks about me as well. She actually started that trend. I had friends telling me that she tweeted about me on a private account every day. When I confronted her, a lot of my friends came forward about stories of her bullying, which completely changed my view of her. I heard stories about her running a girl out of the scene because she had dated 2 pros. And it's important to note as well, with these, if you want to call them accusations, with these statements, there was no real direct evidence to confirm what M is saying here, but she apparently has heard this from several accounts. And then she has several random assortments of DMs, whether it be tweets or inside Twitter DMs as well, from private accounts, of which she's going to keep anonymous, about the toxic nature of Cleo. It's really hard to draw a conclusion. I'm not going to lie to you guys. By sifting through these screenshots, there's so much context we do not know. And again, with the anonymity of the accounts and profiles she is speaking with, we really can't take too much from them besides what M is claiming here to be the general toxic nature of Cleo, which I believe she is trying to fire back and saying, okay, you have painted Sinatra in this light while maybe making yourself out to be a saint. These are M's words, not my own. Meanwhile, I have accounts that she will not reveal. That's a pretty big part of this, that maybe say otherwise about Cleo and her actions as well. Maybe she is also a bit of a toxic character in this relationship. It seems that is what M is trying to insinuate, but you can only draw so much from these conversations, of which we don't know who these conversations are even being had with. And she finishes up her document by saying, Jay has not swayed my opinion of Cleo. Jay has only spoken about her in the beginning of our friendship because we were both still moving on from our exes and wanted to communicate what we desired in a relationship. Our friendship was strictly platonic at first, but it turned into something more after lots of time getting to know each other. He also shared a story about her getting very angry with him in text over liking a selfie of mine when they had been out of a relationship for a while. That is seriously all Jay has shared with me about her. I had formulated my opinion based on her, based on what other people were telling me. I would never hate somebody because they dated a boy I liked. That's just stupid. I will not be going back and forth because I could honestly care less for this drama, as a lot of it happened when I was 17, and I deeply regret and apologize for that part. I am still dating Jay. I have heard his side, and I have never felt unsafe throughout my relationship with Jay. Jay has always put my comfort above anything, always. I hope that you guys will hear him out when he addresses it all publicly. And that's where we're going to leave this. This seems to me to be a much more personal feud, not really, especially in this fire back from M, based on Cleo and her ongoing talks about M, to be a much more personal thing, not involving Sinatra or the investigation, besides the fact that, yes, Cleo in her post, she did bring some new evidence, some new clarifications, and then we also have M saying that she is sticking with Sinatra, and she has heard a lot about Cleo in the space. Beyond that, though, we don't really get too much from this. I want you all to remember these are two very, very young women. When it comes time for dealing with a situation this serious, it's probably hard to register. It's probably hard to know how to act and how to respond. So please be respectful in doing so. Again, one last time, unless these two post and it actually involves Sinatra more directly, I won't be going any further into this personal feud between the two, that being a former partner and that being a current one. But please be respectful. We are still dealing with generally pretty young people out there, and with such a serious situation, yes, sometimes you can react in a pretty poor manner, and it's obviously gotten to a point where it's just this isn't enjoyable for anyone, right? But because I covered Cleo's document that also mentioned M, I felt the need to cover M's document as well. Those will both be linked down below in case you guys want to read them all the way through. Now, despite all of this, we did get some new information over the past couple of days, and now with Sinatra back playing Valorant publicly and maybe streaming again soon, maybe more answers or maybe more questions will be answered. Until next time, take care of yourself. I'll see you back here sometime soon.